proposing a fascinating hypothesis that photons, the fundamental particles of light, are probably the key to understanding how consciousness creates our perception of the material world. So I want to explore this intriguing possibility with you, examining the role of photons in visual perception and their potential connection to the generation of conscious experience. Photons are quantum fluctuations of light, existing as both particles and waves. When these particles of light interact with the retina in our eyes, they trigger a cascade of electrochemical reactions. This process converts light energy into electrical signals that are then transmitted to the brain via the optic nerve. The brain, in turn, this is just a hypothetical, theory right now that I'm sharing with you as a scientific model. The brain, in turn, processes these electrical signals, interpreting them as visual information. Now, we actually elaborate on them. Although I'm saying brain, it is the mind, which is a modified form of consciousness. In any case, how does the electrical information transform into the rich, colorful, three-dimensional world we perceive? This is where the role of consciousness becomes crucial. So let me share with you the idea of consciousness and the alchemy of perception. Consciousness, that enigmatic aspect of our existence, may act as a translator, converting raw sensory data into what philosophers call qualia, the subjective conscious experiences of sensory perception. So, in my view, consciousness takes the electrical signals derived from photon interactions and transmutes them into a vocabulary of sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts. Acronym SIFT, S-I-F-T. This process can be likened to a form of alchemy where the base matter of electrical signals is transformed into the gold of conscious experience. The result of this alchemical process is the appearance of the material world as we know it, projected onto the screen of our consciousness. Just like this program is projected on the screen of your computer or handheld device. So this introduces the idea of this screen of consciousness. The notion that our perception of the material world is a projection on the screen of consciousness, in my view, is a profound one. It suggests that what we perceive as solid external reality might in fact be a construct of our consciousness built from the information carried by photons. So this perspective also aligns with certain interpretations of quantum mechanics, which propose that the act of observation, which is a conscious act, plays a crucial role in determining the nature of reality. If photons are indeed the carriers of the mode of consciousness that creates our perception of the material world, it would imply a deep fundamental connection between light, consciousness, and the nature of reality itself. So, what are the implications and questions? This hypothesis that I'm sharing with you, for the first time, by the way, is that if our perceptions of the material world are a construct of consciousness, what is the true nature of reality beyond our perception? How might this understanding change our approach to studying consciousness and quantum physics? Could manipulating our interactions with photons alter our conscious experience of reality? While these questions remain largely in the realm of theoretical physics and philosophy, they open up exciting avenues for future research and contemplation. In conclusion, my idea that photons, well, actually Herm's Romain's idea, that photons could be the carriers of a mode of consciousness that creates our perception of the material world, I feel this is compelling, but let's see what the so-called authorities have to say about it. Share this with as many people as you can. My idea, I think, bridges the gap between the quantum world of photons and the subjective world of conscious experience, offering a unique perspective on the nature of reality. And as we continue to explore the frontiers of consciousness and quantum mechanics, this hypothesis that I offer may provide valuable insights into the fundamental nature of our existence and the world we inhabit. So, um, actually, to elaborate this a little further, I found some interesting data that some scientists suggest that consciousness could be expressed through biophotons in DNA and the brain, referring to it as the brain's optic communication network. Also, researchers at the University of Calgary developed a mathematical model proposing that axons in the brain could physically conduct light, potentially constituting a light communication system. This light-based communication system in the brain could potentially transport quantum information, allowing for quantum effects in the brain, in brain functioning and processing. So some physicists like Eugene Wigner have suggested that consciousness itself may be responsible for collapsing the quantum wave function, determining physical reality. Okay, enough for today. Let me know what you think. But this brings a new twist um, on the biblical and other religious sayings. God said that let there be light, and the universe came along. Okay, the light of consciousness, photons, carrying this information that gives us the appearance of the material world.